They were having a tough time cooling the dairy cattle with the high-speed fans that have traditionally been in dairy barns. He had this idea of, what about a really large cattle fan is what he called it. But that's how it originated, just cooling dairy cattle.
When cooling a barn full of cows became a life or death challenge, Jaylin's family didn't look to the market. They invented something new. That simple but powerful insight would eventually shape an entirely new category of cooling: HVLS, high volume, low speed fans. From building smarter products to staying close to the customer, Jaylin's playbook proves you don't have to be the biggest to lead your industry. This is Manufacturing Runs the World. So if you wouldn't mind giving us kind of the origin story behind MacroAir fans. How did that come about?
My dad and my grandfather, so Eddie and Walt Boyd, they were approached by a colleague of my grandfather's from the University of Riverside, California. They were having a tough time cooling the dairy cattle with the high-speed fans that have traditionally been in dairy barns. And the cows tend to huddle in front of the moving air, right? So then they huddle in front, they all gather together and they actually get warmer rather than cool off. And so in Southern California, I mean, it's so hot.
Yeah.
So they were approached by a colleague of my grandfather's about, like, he had this idea of, what about a really large cattle fan is what he called it. They had a company called Mechanization Systems and then also Boyd Engineering. So they were just known for solving problems. They started working on it and they were like, we think that we can do something with this. And so, I mean, it was a long process. I mean, I was a young kid watching all of this happen. I would go down to the shop. We would go down there after school or during the summer and just watch them like R&Ding. I mean, you think of an idea and it takes a very long time for this idea to actually come to fruition, to a place where it's actually something that someone would maybe want to buy. But that's how it originated, just cooling dairy cattle. And that is kind of the industry that we focused on in the beginning. We did trade shows up and down California, all the way up to Tulare and in Northern California. And yeah, so it was a focus in the ag industry.
Are you guys still in agriculture? Because there's certainly a lot of dairy farms around Wisconsin.
Yes, we definitely are. That is a vertical market that we definitely still are active in and love to sell into. We love all the farmers. Yeah.
What other industries? I mean, I gotta imagine
It's endless. I always say any large space can take an HVLS fan. Obviously you have to have ceiling height clearance, but the sky is the limit with where this product can go into. And that also sometimes is the challenge when you're trying to figure out marketing spend. You can't tackle them all at once. So where do you go? But yeah, any large space.
Like a basketball arena, would you move there?
Stadiums, yes. We're in college facility, universities, natatoriums, warehouses, commercial spaces, restaurants, schools. Yeah, you can go into churches. There's just a lot of opportunity.
The feature of the large fans is that it's more high volume, low speed, right? As opposed to a traditional HVAC system
or a smaller high speed fan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's because of the circumference of the fan itself. Our largest is 24 feet in diameter. And so you don't have to move it at high speeds to get the volume of air that you need to cool a space, which is the beauty of it.
Talk to me about the family business now. At what point did you step in, and was it pretty natural or?
Yeah, so I have been with the family business for a really long time. It's going on about 23 years officially now. During the summers, I would work in the shop. I would deburr metal. I would use some of the big machinery that they had. After I graduated high school and I was in college, this is after the HVLS industry started to kind of gain some momentum. So we were starting to grow a little bit and they needed some help. And I was like, I will come work for you, Dad. So I started off as like the receptionist, cleaning lady. I mean, just you name it, I did it because I just wanted to be involved in the family business. It was always something that I loved and wanted to do. It just kind of grew. As we slowly grew, I grew in different positions that I had to earn my way, and I got my degree in business admin with the emphasis of marketing. But to be very honest, I've learned everything that I know from working in the business and working day to day. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't remember anything from my college days.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, and then my sister, I think she's been there about 17-ish years now. She started out the bottom as well and worked her way up, gained experience and knowledge, and really added a lot of value to the company. And now it's just, yeah, it's just the three of us. My sister and I mainly run the company, and my dad oversees a lot. We're more day to day though, and he's like visionary, high level. I'm glad that he gets to be in that position because he's really, really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of started even doing some of the manufacturing if you're deburring parts and
Oh gosh, yeah, I think he gave that to me just to keep me busy. And it's a terrible job in the summer. It is literally the equivalent of sanding wood, but you're sanding metal in like 110-degree weather in the summer. Oh God,
Oh yeah.
it'll make you appreciate a desk job, that's for sure.
My parents actually met an assembly line here in
Oh my
Milwaukee.
gosh.
My dad worked first shift and my mom second, and I would sit in the lunchroom and wait for my dad to bring me home and
Oh
stuff.
no way. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Wow.
And
That's great.
they worked really hard and
Hmm.
sent me to college so that I didn't do anything in manufacturing. Now it's changed so much, right? It's like
Hmm.
you're not the old people sitting at the assembly line. They have a lot of automation for that now.
Yeah.
Now more than ever, it's almost like a video game. There's
Hmm.
interfaces to control machines, CNC machines, and
Right.
how has that manufacturing process changed for you guys? Are you seeing a lot of automation?
I would say the manufacturing portion has not changed a whole lot for us as far as technology, but we still need the people. We still need the people aspect, and we love that actually. We really focus on the processes and streamlining the processes, but we still heavily rely on people. I mean, it is literally torquing and putting the fans together in the shop. And we cut all of our blades come in really long lengths, and so we cut them to size in-house. We made a machine to do that, but we still have a person working the machine. So I would say that it has come a long way as far as refining the processes, but the technology behind it, it's such a niche market. I don't know if there is machinery that would replace our people. We really look at the processes and refining those and as far as the line goes.
What is the strangest place one of your products is installed? Or I'll let you answer it, the strangest or the most impressive place.
We're in the University of Michigan, in all their athletic training facilities.
Cool.
Oh my goodness. I just think it looks so beautiful in this facility. So I would say that one's fun for me. Plus it's a cool university. My family goes to Michigan every year. We love Michigan. I know that one of our fans, it was sent to Dubai, and they wanted the entire fan painted gold. So it's just like I haven't ever seen pictures of it being installed, but I know I saw it going out the door, and it was just this flashy gold giant fan. It's hilarious. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, they're bougie. They want some gold fans.
Yeah. That sounds like a sales and marketing trip that you need to have.
Yeah, I know, right? Definitely.
I mean, you mentioned there's a lot of people still manufacturing your product there. Are you guys seeing any of the skills gap issues that are affecting the industry?
We don't have a lot of turnover in our business. We have people who have worked for us for 20 plus years, and that hasn't really affected us. We're a great company to work for, so we can find those people easily, and they always have friends or cousins or that want to come work for us. Plus, we have an incredible production manager. He's awesome at keeping that workforce busy, up to date. They're a great, great team. So we haven't felt that so much.
Well, yeah, it has to be a good place to work if you're not having much turnover.
We've got some longevity with our team of people.
But is
Yeah.
there a golden ticket client out there This is the
Um,
pinnacle of MacroAir.
I mean, the mom and pop shops, man, those people are easy to work with. You can get a hold of them. If they have an issue, you can literally walk in their door, fix whatever they've got going on.
Yeah, and I gotta think that there's a little good feeling working with them because they have a very specific issue and
Yeah,
solving the issue for them. They see the effects immediately. They're
right.
thankful.
Yeah, and you can talk to them, right? Like they are easy to get a hold of. You're literally communicating with that end user or with the person who purchased it. So they've got skin in the game and
Right. Versus a building engineer. He has
yeah,
a stat line that he has to move so much air. He's not as interested in the end product, just
or the brand. Yeah, he just needs to get a product in there. You definitely want to have the relationship with that engineer or architect who's putting airflow into a building because there's all these requirements, and you have to have a certain amount of exchanges depending on the requirements of the building, the specific building. But those long lead processes, long lead sales. And so those are definite relationships that you want to maintain as well. But those, yeah, the mom and pop ones they're fun too, right? They call up and they need a fan and you send it out and get them organized and help them install and they're on their way.
well, are there any big innovations in the industry that you've seen or that you're leading for that matter?
Well, we came out, this has been about 10 years now. So when we first developed the product, there wasn't a motor or gearbox that was made for an HVLS fan. So my grandpa and my dad had to find something that would fit the requirements of that. And that was a big chore. I specifically remember how hard it was to find a motor and a gearbox that would fit that mold. And so that has been, once they did, that's what we took to market in the beginning. But that's a gear driven motor. We decided to make a direct drive motor.
Oh,
So where you don't have the gears, you don't have any of that. It directly moves the fan. So we came out with that. That was another big push, and that moved the industry as well. We were the first to come out with a direct drive motor for an HVLS fan. But that's been about 10 years now. And now we're just kind of refining that. I mean, it takes a long time to work out the kinks of putting something brand new into the market. And it was like we launched the first HVLS fan, worked out the kinks, then came out with another one and worked out the kinks. So it takes a while, and I feel like we're there. We've worked out the kinks, and now we're just kind of fine tuning. We want to reduce the noise of a direct drive fan so that it can go into more places, the large ones like churches, lecture halls, right? So not just the sports facilities where it's always loud and no one
yeah,
really cares. No one could hear a fan, but
right.
where you're in a lecture hall and you could hear a little bit of something, you don't want to hear anything. And so we're working on some noise things and just working with AMCA is a big government body that regulates this industry. And so we work very closely with them to make sure that we're all kind of working in the same direction to make sure that everyone is improving based off of like the needs of what customers want. New technologies, I would say. And I mean, there's always like fun things like, Wi-Fi and all those things. It's not necessary, but I mean, you definitely want to move with the time. So we're always looking at.
Oh yeah. If I ever install one of your fans, I definitely want to control it from my phone.
Yeah, exactly. It's in the works of
2025.
yeah, or 26. Yeah.
Yeah.
We really love what we do. We have a great time doing it and we enjoy working with all of the people that we work with. And we're small, but we're mighty.
Yeah, I was really drawn to the your company story and
Yeah, it's great. It's very rare nowadays and we work hard for it, but we love what we do. So it's a lot of fun.
yeah, no, I can tell. I can tell from talking to a few people at your company now, including
Yeah,
myself. So,
good. I'm glad. Yes. Well, thank you so much.
yeah, thanks for your time, Jaylin.